Okay, since I don't have much else I feel like doing at the moment, let's do that Xyz Beatdown decklist redo thing that I was going to do, because, yeah, for those who may not remember, I had a decklist for Vice Challenger, like the build I had on Doing Network. I decided to take that down, rename it into Xyz Beatdown, and then show off the deck I have in real life. Now, it's not complete. I do have a few proxies filling in for stuff that I am yet to pick up for various reasons. And so, yeah, I figured I'd just show it off now since meh. Anyways, start off with the extra swords. 1000 attack point boost to the Xyz monster that uses this guy as an Xyz material. Plus they stack. So if you use all three of these, you have something like, I don't know, Shark Drake, 5800. That's what busts out the Shark Drake OTK. I can do it, but I don't try to focus on it, that's the thing. 3 tin goldfish. As you can see, it's Japanese and it is proxied, as you can, because, like, yeah, piece of paper, stuffs. But yeah, anyways, we haven't got these in the TCG yet. They'll be out in Hidden Arsenal 7. What they do is they special summon one level 4 monster from your hand when they're normal summoned. Now, these things work better than Goblinberg because these things don't go into defense mode, and they just stay into attack mode. Because of that, you can play Inferno Reckless Summon. If you went with Goblinberg, you'd play that, summon out your thing, then it would go into defense mode. You'd miss the timing to play Inferno Reckless. That's why you want the tin goldfish. The tin goldfish simply are just the better choice at this point in time. We have 3 copies of Field Commander Raz. You know, it would be better to have something to search and add to hand, but it doesn't really matter since you have a bunch of draw power in this deck anyway. So if, like, you play this, search out maybe a Heroic Challenger Extra Sword, and then maybe go, I don't know, Hand Destruction, and draw out 2, you've got your monster in your hand, so it's not really that big an issue. Marauding Captain, you would prefer the tin goldfish, but this isn't a good alternative if you want to go into, like, your powerful 45 Utopia plays or anything like that. So it's not bad, but tin goldfish is just so much more viable because you can use a whole bunch of different things with it. Sangin searches everything except the Raz. Morphing Jar because the deck can suffer from dead hands. Spells. 3 Inferno Reckless Summon. This one here is proxied, as you can see, obviously. I do have 2 more super rare copies on the way, which means I'll just be able to bling all these out and just be like, yeah. But basically, this is the key spell of the deck. You go with your tin goldfish. You summon your tin goldfish. You special summon your Challenger Extra Sword. You play Inferno Reckless Summon. You get the other 2 out. Then you proceed to do your stupid Xyz plays. You don't have to always go for Shark Drake, but you do have to remember that you have to have, the opponent has to have a monster on their side of the field for the Inferno Reckless to go off. Because, yeah. And like I said, you don't have to always go with Shark Drake. You know, you can stack up for Shockmaster. It's a 5300 attack beast that can shut down spells and stuff like that, so that's always handy. 1 Day of Peace, just for stall and draw power. Hand D, again, for draw power, and just to drop stuff off that you really don't need. You can drop extra swords if you want to, because Inferno Reckless will just bring them back out from grave when you're ready to do those plays. 3 Magical Mallets. Pretty much hand destruction, except if you don't want to drop stuff out of your hand, you can just go with that. Avarice for recycling. 2 copies of Level Tuning. This is a random tag I've thrown in there. It reduces the levels of all face-up monsters you control by 1 until the end phase. So, basically, imagine those guys at level 3. Brainstorming. That's what you do. You're already brainstorming when you see this. It's as simple as that. Rotor, Searcher. Card D for the same purpose as Morphing Jar. And then Heavy Storm and Dark Hole. Traps. 2 Decree. I would triple up, but I'm kind of strapped for Decrees. Trapstone, of course, provides decent backup for the Decrees, so, 2 Bribes, because they're just, and the Judgment, the all-purpose counter card, blah. Okay, so extra deck, we have the front runner, the Shark Drake. This is pretty much the reason I built the deck, because I wanted to run a deck that ran Shark Drake. And basically, the OTK works if you use 3 extra swords to go into this, run over one of your opponent's monsters, and then run over it again using its own effect, and it should deal about 8,000 points of damage. I believe 58, 20. I believe the monster has to have a maximum of 2,300 attack points if you want to commit the OTK. If it has any more, then you will not do 8,000 points of damage. So, yeah, pointless bit of information there. And then Shark Drake Vice. I am actually wondering whether, you know, if you play Shark Drake, you gain the 3,000 point boost. Will Shark Drake, the question is, will Shark Drake Vice get the 3,000 point boost if I stack it on top of Shark Drake? Because I was thinking, like, anything that Shark Drake had on it as overlay units are then used again as overlay units for this. So my question is, like, would that work? Would Shark Drake Vice get the 3,000 point boost? If not, then it kind of sucks. If it does, then that would be pretty awesome. That would also work with us Star drawing. Like if you went with Utopia and Ray, you could go like Utopia, get a draw, Ray, then get another draw. So I don't know, but yeah, I like Utopias and Ray again. Deadly as all hell. I managed to run over an opponent earlier using another random deck I made. I used Utopia Ray and I took out the game when I was staring down like Hyperion, Tempo, and it was just, oh, it was crazy. Right, other stuff. Excalibur. This is an 8,000 beat stick if you pull it off right, because you need 2 extra swords, overlay into this, double it, it goes to 4k, then double its attack by dropping the overlay units. And it doesn't lose the 2,000 points because it drops, like, the way extra sword works, I should point out, is that it gives the Xyz monster the effect of gaining 1,000 points when it is Xyz summoned. So basically that means that it's part of the, it's an effect of the Xyz monster. That means it's easily vulnerable. So yeah, but basically it's just, if they go, then it keeps the power boost, in which case this will go to 8,000. This is incredibly deadly. Heroic Champion Kusanagi, 2,500 beat stick, 3 level 4 warriors needed, so stack up the extra swords, you have a 5,500 beat stick. Once per turn, you can negate the activation of a trap card and destroy it. If that goes off, it gains 500 more attack. So a 6,000 beat stick that laughs in the face of D-Prison is just downright dastardly. It is awesome. Blade Armor Ninja, why not? You know, 42 that can hit twice. Shockmaster, I believe I said something about this earlier. It sure is a Shockmaster. Roach is kind of with its 19 attack. Even a single extra sword is going to make this thing deadly. 2/9 beat stick that can negate level 5 or higher summons. I'm not going to complain about that. Are you? Abyss Dweller. This can get the 500 point boost if I go with Tin Goldfish, so it's handy like that, but why would you want to use Tin Goldfish anyway? You just stack up 2 heroic challenges, it's going to end up at 37 attack. That's the most you're going to get out of it. Alright, now rank 3s, because I have the 3s and stuff like that. MX Saber Invoker. Now the combo here, this is actually a really, really dastardly combo that you can do here, involving MX Saber Invoker, which I will now show off. Now basically you want your Tin Goldfish, and then your extra sword, that's the whole summoning thing. Inferno Reckless Summon, you get the other 2 out. Actually, no, wait, you don't do that. My bad, I apologise. What you then do is, with those 2, you then drop a level tuning, they go to 3, stack them up into that, you drop the extra sword. You got to drop the extra sword. and drop another one out of the deck. Then you play Inferno Reckless Summon. It busts the other one wherever it is, and then it busts the one out of grave. Then from there, you can stack them up into something deadly. 2 powerful Xyz, Invokers on 2/6, and then, you know, whatever the hell you're going to summon out with 3 overlay units. Kusanagi. Well, Kusanagi would make for an OTK if the opponent had no monsters. So, I mean, this is why I play level tuning. Level tuning is just awesome. It's a common out of Light of Destruction, yet I cannot seem to get my hands on them because they are proxies, the 2 level tunings I've got. So, it's just, it kind of blows how I cannot get them. Oh well, I will get them eventually because, I mean, I really want to complete this deck, so it's going to happen whether fate wants me to or not. Okay, so we got Tempo. It's deadly enough as it is, but then to give it even more power and then steal overlay units off an opponent, like, I mean, this is badass enough for being a good out to Zen Mines and Maestro. But to power the thing up to as much as 4,200 attack points, it's like, fucking hell. And then this Granosaurus is filling in for Zen Mines. I need to get another copy of that. I did have a Zen Mines in here, but I took it out for another deck idea that I have in the works. So, like, let's just say that this is a Zen Mines. It's fire attribute, so it's still super polyable into Nova Master. It's close enough. But yeah, that's it. That is the Xyz Beatdown deck list. Hope you all enjoyed it. Belch, apologies. Yeah, bagels. I got no idea. Anyways, yeah, see you for whatever it is that I will go on to do next.